What up, though? It's your boy Danye BC2, and today we got to react to something. And it is a 57-year-old woman who is now broke. And this is a sad story. I don't like seeing older people in this situation, but it's a real situation. And it's something that I think a lot of people are going through. So we have to react to it. So we're going to waste no time and get straight into the video.
Okay, so what happened was, let me just go back. When I left my corporate job, I was 54, I believe, 53, 54. And I'm on the latter half of my life. And sometimes I think and ask myself, what was I thinking? Was it really that important to you? Could you not have just kept it going and done this later? But I didn't. So I stepped out. I believed everything would fall into place and I would be okay. And y'all, when God tells you something, listen and be obedient to it. And I didn't. And I know that is part of the reason I'm having issues today. When I left to go to Atlanta to pursue acting, I kept hearing, you're not going to need to look for a job. You're not going to need to look for a job. And unbeknownst to me, he had something waiting for me. Before I left, someone here in Memphis connected me to somebody in Atlanta about, working a job.
I'm sorry, I got to stop it, but you went to pursue acting, which, okay, that's I mean, if that's what you want to do, and if you had a connection already, I would understand that. But the advice that you're not going to need a job, and people, this is a 57-year-old woman. Who's giving her instructions that she doesn't need a job when going to Atlanta to pursue acting? I don't know, man.
And I started going through the process, the interview, filling out the application, and able to do the job. It was something that was right up my alley. Unfortunately, I allowed myself to I self-sabotaged. And I said, you know what? I can't do this job. I'm going to be acting. I don't know when I'll need off, when I'll do this, A, B, C, and D. Made an excuse because I'm thinking it's going to be okay. You'll get someplace steady, consistent. You'll be able to take off when you need to, and so forth. Because I'm thinking I don't want to interrupt or get anybody else in trouble. If I had been a little bit more wise and I guess maybe selfish, I would have taken the job without question. That was in October of 2022, rolling into November. I did not find a job until, oh my gosh, September of 2022, almost a whole year.
Wow. Wow. So she had a good job lined up and she denied it because she thought ahead of time she don't want to conflict with the acting role that she was going to get from moving to Atlanta. This is poor decision making. And the biggest thing that people talk about, especially older generation, is you never leave a job without having another job secured. Like, you should already know, all right, bet I'm working next week. You don't make moves like that and risk the money that you're making when you don't even have nothing set up. So I'm just shocked that an older woman is moving in a way that, I ain't gonna lie, this is like what a 20-year-old does. And this is, like I said, this is sad, man. This is very sad. But the people that also is around her, I'm not understanding how she's even making the decisions she's making and people aren't really critiquing her. And this is why it's also important to know who your friends and who's really there for you or not. Because if I was her friend, if I truly was knew her situation, I would tell her, girl, you're too old to be upping and leaving to go do an acting job and you don't have nothing secured for real. That's just common sense.
I hustled. I drove DoorDash. I did Amazon deliveries. I worked overnight at Walmart. I did everything I could. And I'm sorry, y'all. I did it's called Insta work, everything I could. And then I also ended up withdrawing my pension and my retirement. because I just didn't have enough money. And this is not how I expected things to go. I really didn't, because I'd always landed on my feet. And this is the first time I had not. So I went and I finally got a job and was working at a company. Had talked to them, told them I do acting. Every now and then I might need some time off. Because, I wasn't doing like big time, I wasn't gone all the time. It
And this is a big mistake. And you're telling a job that might be a good job. I'm thinking it's a good job that you don't know about the schedule because you're gonna have to go do acting sometimes when you can. You're not in a position to do that. I'm sorry. If you had to withdraw your pension, and the pension should be there in what 6 years? You're 57 in like 6 years when you're 63. That means you're in a crisis. You're in emergency. Stop everything. We need income coming in. And you still think you're in a driver's seat by telling a job you're trying to get that you might need off of a gig? Woman, wake up. You need a job, a steady job. That comes first. Forget acting at this point. I'm sorry. I don't know. Am I wrong? Write down in the comment section you think I'm wrong.
was fine. They hired a manager who had a problem with it. And she didn't want to give me any additional opportunities. She had issue with me. And I'm a worker. I'm dependable. I was Most of the time I was there, and I would look around and I would see other people not showing up for work, leaving early, coming late, and that's not how I work. I'm gonna be on time. I'm sorry. I'm gonna be on time. I'm gonna work my butt off. I'm gonna help you. I'm gonna support you. I'm gonna leave on. I'll leave at my designated hour if I don't have anything else hanging or over. I eventually ended up leaving in April because she was riding me, and I was like, I am not gonna put up with this. Well, sorry, was checking to see if someone else was there, but
And I agree. I believe her. I believe she works her butt off. That she does whatever she can. She said she was working DoorDash, Instacart, and these things of that nature. And I believe her, and I feel for her. She looks like a hardworking woman. And like I said, I'm not here to bash. Like, I have all respect for the elderly. Listen, the most important person that was ever in my life was my great grandma. And like I said, I love her to death, and I feel for any older woman, you know what I mean? Because my grandma worked hard as well and did whatever she could to get things done. But for her, she said the lady was riding her because of her acting gig. And she just ended up leaving because she was just riding her so hard. And it's like, I feel like I keep saying the same thing. It's like, stop making decisions based off of how you feel. Do what you have to do.
I ended up finding another job. I was working Amazon in the warehouse. Did that for a while. I actually enjoyed it. Yeah, I enjoyed it. And eventually got another job. Okay, that was April. In July, started a new job in July 10th. It was a contract to hire position. So I was getting on my feet and everything. And I felt bad because my goal was the young lady I was living with, I was only going to be there a year. And I ended up being there the whole time, minus maybe a couple of months, few months. Because what ended up happening, I got my job, I was getting on my feet. I was like, I want my own place. Um, Moved out, and the place I moved into was roach infested. And I thought, okay, maybe this is a fluke. I'm seeing a few. They terminated. It's probably been empty a while. But no. Y'all, I slept in my bedroom, tried to cover the door so they couldn't get in. It didn't matter. They got in. I woke up one morning and there was some crawling up the wall.
If you're still watching this video, hit that like and subscribe button. But you're 57 years old, man. Imagine being 57 out there and this is your situation. You're living in a roast infested place. You work like a crazy person. This is sad. And for my younger people that's watching this, or you only got too young, 30, 40 years old, this is why it's so important to get your things situated and in order as early as possible so you don't be in these situations. And I gotta bring it up. And the people that watch some of my videos, they already know where this is going. Where is your man? Where's your husband? Where's your husband? Because you would not be in this situation if you had a husband. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be real with you because you can just tell you're moving, and you probably been moving like this your whole life because you're 57 now, so your habits stick to what you're used to, and you're used to going with the flow. It looks like, and I feel like a man will keep you stable. A man will be the one to worry about the money issues and things of that nature if you pick the right one. But I feel like she's just moving freely, making all the wrong decisions. And I think having a man will help that. But hey, my feminist women out there and women that think they don't need a man, I'm sorry, but this is truly how I feel.
And I thought, I can't do this. I had ordered furniture and I had to cancel that order. I never unpacked, and then I would have to unpack when I got ready to leave. But I finally was like, I've had enough of Atlanta. Nothing's working out. I'm broke. I can't seem to get on my feet. I'm not bouncing back. I was stressed. I thought, I'm going home, and I had been talking to my sister and everything. And I hate it because I felt like I quit too soon and I gave up, but I did not. I felt as if I didn't have a choice. So I talked to my employer and she said I could work remote if I committed for 2 years. Y'all, when you get ready to make a major decision, talk to God first. Because you can talk to people and they will talk you out of what you ask God for. Because I asked God specifically if I could have a job, I could work remote, I could stay with this company, and I could move back to Memphis. Well, in my ear, and then even me, so I can't blame it on them because it was my final decision. I decided not to work remote. I regretted that because I'm thinking I'll go back to my old company. That did not happen. And I'm still not there. I've been back since August of 2024, and it is what month?
Sadly, I'm sorry. These people that's giving her this advice and the employer told her 2 years it's going to take for you to go remote, and she left that opportunity. Like I said, this is just if you hear the dogs in the back, so I'm sorry, these dogs is loud, but if I mean, if you're in a situation like this, remember that first off, no, it's not over. You feel me? Tough times are just temporary if you keep fighting through it. So like her situation, even though she's 57, she can still get herself through it. I'm gonna be honest. Look at this video. It made 500,000 views. She came up just off this video. She can pay her rent. She can do what she wants to do. She can probably get an apartment just off this video alone. So, congratulations for her. The video that she made and the tough times that she had actually allowed for her to make a good amount of money off of just expressing what she went through. So, I think this is an example of times can be hard, but if you keep working and do what you got to do, things like miracles like this happen to where now she has 20K subscribers damn near and 500K views on just this video. So shout out to her. I hope things in her situation get better. For my people out there, do what you got to do, not what you want to do. And then whenever you do what you got to do for a longer period of time and get your situation right, now you can do what you want to do. But thanks everybody for watching the video. And like I said, hit that like and subscribe button, and I'm going to see y'all in the next one. Peace.